Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Fire Pod with me for the first time in the new year. I'm so very excited to get it popping, and we are kicking the year off kind of with the beginning of the end here, ticking it up with The Return Part 14, written for the screen by Mark Frost and David Lynch, directed by David Lynch, originally airing on August 13th, 2017. I am rewatching the show. I'm Colton Robertson, and I'm joined by a first-time viewer, Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. And for those who may be joining us for the first time, I do this spiel every time, and I doubt there's any first-time listeners back. Bad idea to just jump in at Part 14, specifically if you've never seen the show. It is friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike, but you do have to have seen what we are talking about regardless. So if you clicked on an episode for The Return Part 14, I hope you've seen The Return Part 14, and even more so, I hope you've seen up to this point, because there's a lot here, and this one is rather loaded. So, friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher, but you gotta have seen this. So, let's talk Part 14. How are you feeling?
Whoa. Yeah, beginning of the end feels right. There's a lot of things that were going on here, and I'm still forming the thoughts. Very, very fresh off. Sarah, that was gnarly. Andy, let's fucking go. Fucking locked in. And there's a lot to unpack there. And then finally on the Dougie train, let's go. Diane and Janie E are sisters.
Siblings.
Okay.
Yes.
What the fuck is going on? Okay. There's so much. Like this was insane.
No, it's a bizarre one. And that's one of the We'll get there. There is a lot going on. Obviously, Monica Bellucci making an appearance to say some very important things. We are like the dreamer who dreams and then lives inside the dream, but who is the dreamer? Actress, model, actually named Monica Bellucci, not a character name. That is a real person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they even call her by her real name?
Yes, they call her in this Monica Bellucci, which might be... No, that's not the only real-world reference, because we've had, like, Nine Inch Nails and Au Revoir Simone and actual artists perform. But
as far as...
within the context of the actual show and, like, important events, it's not like they were like, that's David Bowie. It is funny that this reality would have Monica Bellucci, but not David Bowie. That is a funny dichotomy. We'll ignore it and we'll move on, and we'll get there because that is one of the most tasty morsels.
Oh my god! Oh, duh! Forgot about that. Lynch's whole
Lynch's dream.
And, oh my god!
The dreamers. We live inside a dream, but who is the dreamer? Yeah. So we'll get into a scene by scene breakdown. We'll walk us through it, and we'll break down every little moment that we can, baby. Let's get into it. So we'll start in Buckhorn, South Dakota, with Gordon Cole calling the Twin Peaks Sheriff's Department. It is Lucy Brennan who answers, recognizing Cole's voice immediately, obviously, very distinctive voice, and she connects him to Sheriff Truman, although it is not the Sheriff Truman that Cole thought he would reach. It is Frank who has to explain that Harry is not in a good way, and he is with the doctor. And Frank explains that recently they have discovered something from pages in Laura Palmer's diary that may indicate two Coopers. And he says, now, I don't know what the fuck that could possibly mean, but I thought that might be something you could know what the fuck it means. So, you know what? Passing it on up the ladder. And Gordon Cole goes, while I cannot comment on this information, Jesus fucking Christ, thank you. It's a big one. But we will stay with stay with Cole. And we'll cut over to Albert, who tells Tammy Preston about the first Blue Rose case, the inaugural.
Oh, yeah. Yes. This was also juicy.
Another
oh, my God.
Juicy.
It's just everywhere.
Morsel.
Holy shit.
It's, that's why I'm like, this. I'm telling you, like, we're all gas, no brakes here on out. Like this is what every episode feels like now.
Oh my God. They're just like they're pulling everything out. It's like,
all
all
the
right, you've heard Blue Rose
getting
this
pulled,
whole time.
all of them getting tied.
It's yes, we are cooking.
Yeah, we're cooking with gas. And so he explains, a woman named Lois Duffy was arrested by Gordon Cole and Jeffries. The reason? They entered an apartment to find a woman they identified as Lois Duffy dying on the floor, having been killed.
Yeah.
She says, I am like the Blue Rose, as she is dying, before vanishing into thin air. Poof. They look up from the dead body to find the woman they are able to identify as Lois Duffy. Now, this is the kind of stuff that fuels my nightmares, okay? And I don't mean that in a metaphorical sense, like, oh, this is scary. I mean, I've literally had nightmares, recurring nightmares my whole life about doppelgangers, which is why I think David Lynch's work connects with me so in so much capacity. I had a recurring nightmare when I was a kid that my family was in my living room, and this was it took place in my old house, and I got called out to the living room, and I'd walk out of my old room, and I'd go down the hallway, and I'd go to the living room, and I'd see my family. And then I'd look back down the hallway, and I'd see my family, and they would say, don't go out there. Yeah.
No.
So something like this is exactly the kind of horror that speaks very specifically to me on a subconscious level. And this is just them talking about it. I'm covered in goosebumps right now.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild. Because I'm over here thinking like, oh, okay, we have another doppelganger. What does this mean for the grander everything? Like I'm theory spinning during this moment of the episode so hard.
Horrifying.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's like, ooh, another, we have more doppelgangers, We got Garland Briggs, we got Coop, we got now, what is, I already,
Lois Duffy.
Okay. Lois Duffy. Okay. Not Tina. Okay, so I was, I was
Tina.
Maybe thinking.
Tina could be important at some point, but it's not Tina.
Lois
Duffy. Won't be the last doppelganger.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is seeming. I don't know. There's a lot more going on, and I thought that there were, I thought Garland and Coop were very, very special, and not many other people were like them. But then after this episode, especially with Green Glove, Hulk Boy, from London, from
London town.
I mean, what we're going anyone. Is a player on the game.
All's fair game. Yeah. The White Lodge don't fuck around. Nor do the Black Lodge. So there's a lot going on here. But yeah, she uttered, "I am like the Blue Rose," before vanishing into thin air. And Tammy deduces, and I love the way Albert guides this.
Yeah.
I love where he's like, "What do you take from that? What do you make of that comment?" And, she deduces, a blue rose is unnatural. It doesn't occur in nature. It must have been conjured. She was a tulpa.
Yeah.
A tulpa. Yeah, which another word that has a lot in common with doppelganger. Manufactured duplicates of individuals created from a seed and organic material from template. So they're like grown, basically.
Grown
is what tulpas are. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we got Black Lodge beings everywhere. I don't know.
Would explain why there's that many Coops. Why there is a Dougie Jones, because that's the thing too, is that Dougie Jones. I know that there's two Coops to be worried about now, because the real Dougie Jones is fully balled up. But
bald.
There were 3 Coops at one point, and one of them just happened to be called Dougie Jones. Now, I'm so fucking curious if Dougie Jones was, placed with Janie E, or gravitated towards Janie E because of the connection to Diane.
Mr. C and Diane leads to Dougie and Janie E. It's they're the perfect reflections. of each other.
Right.
Where Diane, is no offense, Diane, but your sister's a lot more friendly and a lot more approachable.
Which is kind of saying a lot given what we've seen of Janie E. She's a badass broad.
That's true.
She don't fuck around.
They both don't fuck around. They both got it, but Janie E does it with a little more mother, I guess. She just really I'm thinking of the park when she just
very soccer
those
mom.
two boys.
Very Karen. Yes.
Yeah, but Diane is more of just no.
Bad,
fuck you.
And kind of in an exotically attractive way.
Chain smoking. Too.
I kind of want you to ash a cigarette on me, maybe. I don't know. I don't know that for sure.
She is.
But I'm kind of curious about it.
Yeah, and I see why she maybe you've got in with more of the Mr. C crowd, or potentially down that road,
It's where Diane finds herself these days. Yeah. I took an edible about 30 minutes ago, so I'll probably be saying things that are a little bit more unhinged, like maybe I wouldn't mind if Diane ashed a cigarette on me.
Yeah. But pure thoughts. Pure thoughts, unfiltered. No filter. Yeah.
I am like the dreamer.
There we go.
Who dreams and then lives inside the dream.
Live dreaming. Mm-hmm.
But this is a good moment because Gordon Cole enters and goes, "It's coffee time." He's just so happy that it's coffee time, and he is unfortunately interrupted in his reverie by a window cleaner, which is I love the way it's animated.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love the way it's animated because I and maybe not animated, but like the frame rate going up and him being very fast and kind of choppy.
Yeah, he was not liking it. And man, he loves to just make the sound make you so uncomfortable. Like it, and it's just like, I guess my neighbors have to hate me because I never turn it down. I if Lynn, if he's putting the sound there, he wants it to be.
He wants me to hear it.
He wants it to interrupt or be annoying because it is truly piercing.
It is meant to be abrasive.
You just gotta have it.
Let it happen. Let it happen.
Yeah. But this was insane. I mean, I thought he was going to have a stroke for real. I thought he was actually going to be really affected by this.
The little whimper that David Lynch lets out.
He I was afraid for him.
Yes, it was not good for him for a second. Well, and he's kind of befuddled by it. It was almost unnatural,
Yeah, he couldn't believe this was a warfare.
He turned that shit down for a full 45 seconds, and it just didn't get quieter for him.
No. No, this was...
Poor guy. Poor fella.
You're on the right track. We need to interrupt you. Or, I don't... it is...
because he turns it all the way down, and then he can hear the knock at the door, which is why I'm like, that's really weird. And I don't know if that's an inconsistency, or I don't know. But... regardless, he welcomes Diane in, and Cole asks her if that last night that she saw Coop, which she does not want to talk about, if he mentioned Major Garland Briggs. And she goes, "Fuck you, Cooper," or "Fuck you, Cole." Yeah. Yes, he did. And Albert is like, "Okay, well, here's the deal. So, we thought Briggs died 25 years ago. Pretty sure he did, but turns out he actually did die a couple days ago. And we found this in her stomach. It's a ring inscribed to Dougie by a Janie E. What you know about that?" And she goes, "Fuck, Janie E. That's my half-sister. Married to a guy named Douglas Jones. They call him Dougie. Pretty sure they live in Vegas."
Yeah.
And Cole's like, hold the phone. Can you teach me how to do that? And she goes, "What?
Dougie?"
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Diane! Can you please teach me how to Dougie? And she says, yes, Cole, I absolutely can. Then she sticks her arms out in front and sways side to side. But
it was crazy when that happened. I mean, I couldn't believe the show I was watching.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait, is this real? But Diane recognizes the name, of course, and it points them in the direction of Dougie and Janie E. And Tammy calls the FBI in Las Vegas, who are starstruck that director Gordon Cole could be calling them. And they pick up the phone, and they're like, obviously greeted to a very booming voice over the phone. And he tells them that they need to inquire about a Mr. and Mrs. Douglas Jones, who are wanted in relation to a double homicide. They are to be considered armed and dangerous.
Dude, the wrong idea.
The interaction between these two is so fucking funny to me. Whenever he's like, "Gee golly, how are we going to narrow? What did I tell you? This is what we do." And the FBI
so mad, bro.
And the music gets like weirdly like brass for a second, like for like a split second, as he bangs on the table and screams at him, and then they cut back like nothing happened. It just, oh my god, it fucking kills me.
Yeah, bro.
Never see them again. Not in this episode. Never see them again.
Wow. Yeah, it's just that it was insane. I mean, I love the Gordon Cole. Him just being loud is like, it somehow, like, looking back on it, like, it should get old, I feel like, over time, but it never does.
Never does.
It is just
never does. It just works.
The comedy in the show is so weird. Like, it is that, like, that little moment right there that they just have, and it's just like, it's so funny. And then just moments that are not funny at all whatsoever that you would think of, like, out of context, just in the moment happen to be it's just the weirdest form of comedy that I've ever experienced in a show. And it's like Thrones comedy. That's just like, it's just, I don't know.
It's a normal type of funny, like when you're watching specifically The Return, when it came to Twin Peaks, it was, the original 2 seasons is supposed to be kind of procedural. And the comedy was, again, a little bit more on the nose. It was a little bit more normal. They played music at the times that was supposed to be a little funny. They'd play like sultry music, or they'd play something a little different. They just play it so fucking straight-faced.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's so deadpan, and it is so fucking funny, dude. I can't get enough of it. But Diane leaves, and Cole informs Albert and Tammy about the Twin Peaks Sheriff's Department's find. He tells them, 2 Coopers. I don't know what it means. And it's strange because I had a dream. And he says, I had another Monica Bellucci dream last night.
Not the first. Yes.
Not the first Monica Bellucci dream. Okay. Monica Bellucci speaks to Gordon Cole from the beyond, who in the dream, he met at a cafe where Cooper was, but Cole couldn't see his face. And again, the way he's able to craft a dreamlike feel is really, really impeccable. That shot where you can't see Cooper's face.
Yes.
Great stuff. And
almost in the reflection too. There's like a reflection back there, and you still can't see his face, and it's like the same cut. I don't know. It was, this whole sequence
very reminiscent of just shot structure wise. Very reminiscent of how we see the Giant, typically now known as the Fireman.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, sure. The Fireman, Garland Briggs, went up in a fire.
Fire walk with me.
So and there was a flame, appearing above every single casino or little slot machine for Dougie, and like I feel like whether the Giant and the flame are also one and the same, just like the evolution and of whatever the fuck it happens to be now, they just evolve over time. So it's but the I don't know why I was like almost certain the Giant was Major Briggs. This like somehow brought more question into it. Like it's like a 95% sure Garland Briggs, and then I don't know.
To be fair, it was kind of funny that you were 100% certain that the Fireman was
of anything
Major Garland Briggs to begin with. Because, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I love that idea and I have no issue with it. That's not something that I'm like, it's ridiculous that you think that. No, it's funny that you were 100% certain of that.
It was. And I don't know why it just felt so right. He was the kind of guiding voice always to Coop. And it seems that he's kind of doing it for Bobby, and and even swallowing this ring, and so I don't know, it felt just right. But yeah, now that I'm like thinking about it more, I'm like, it could just, I don't know, be another
could just be the
being,
fireman.
or
could just be a guy.
And so, but I'm kind of
no. I like your idea about him being somebody though. I genuinely, I very much so enjoy the idea that he himself is an evolution of somebody else. Yeah, no, I like that a lot. But regardless, yeah, we see that shot of Coop. You can't see his face, and Cole sits down to have a coffee with Monica, who says, "We are like the dreamer." And the way that this scene is cut, like edited, very, very reminiscent of Jeffries explaining what happened in Fire Walk with Me. Like the way it would come back to him telling the story, and then it would show what he's telling, and then it would cut back to him telling the story, and then it would show what he's telling. And then it literally envelops that, and you're like, oh, okay, they are definitely trying to draw a comparison there. But yeah, he says, we are like the dreamer who dreams and lives inside the dream. And he's like, and he almost says, like, I don't know why I said this, but I told her that I understood.
Yeah.
And then she said, but who is the dreamer? Which clearly befuddles Cole. Yeah. He says that Monica...
feeling came over me when I heard this.
Came over me. Yeah. And I felt compelled to look behind me as Monica indicated me to do so. And I saw myself on February 16th, 1989, when Coop had come in to tell me that he had had a strange dream. It was also the day of Philip Jeffries' brief reappearance.
Who
and particularly notes
that is there?
Yeah, yes, they finally point to the fact that Jeffrey said something like this. And strangely enough, they both, Albert and Cole, and I don't know if this is important, and I don't know if they're just trying to say that they didn't remember precisely what he said until then. I feel like this is something you fucking remember, and not something you are beginning to remember.
Like the long here's the long lost Philip Jeffries. Coop, say hi. It's like this dude just appeared out of nowhere. You haven't seen him in who knows how long. He was one of the couple people on Blue Rose, and
who do you think that is there?
Yeah, he says like 2 sentences. I feel like bro barely says anything. And yeah, I feel like now I'm thinking.
That verbiage that they use where they go, and Albert goes, I think I'm beginning to remember that too.
Beginning to remember. Yes. Yeah.
It sounds like it happened in a dream. Because they are like, oh, yeah, I kind of remember that. Like, when you start like, you know how difficult it is to remember dreams
and forms. Yeah, and that's like what Lynch was doing. Like while the scene was being played out too, he would just stare into the room. Obviously not. He was past the floor, not looking at the floor. But then he'd be like, "Oh yes," and this is right. He'd lock in a little bit, and then the dream it would go to the black and white and form the dream. And
dude,
so
I love and just the idea that like. Something that happens when I recall dreams, which, again, doesn't happen a lot. Usually I forget dreams and that's that. But sometimes there's one detail that you remember, and then the whole thing spirals from there. And you go, oh, and now I remember this, and now I remember this, and now I remember this, and now I remember this. And that whole, I'm beginning to remember that too, is kind of like they've been reminded of something that happened that had almost been taken away from them.
Yes. But now that Gordon Cole remembered it, he remembered it. Now does that I'm really the theory juice going crazy here. I've never thought this once before, but now after this, and who do you think that is there? Is it Mr. C? I always thought that it was like a Mr. C. Like it's not the good Coop that you think. It's like a bad, there's a bad guy in there. But is it really? You're looking at yourself, Gordon Cole. Like this is Gordon Cole, like his I don't know if doppelganger makes sense because it feels like they're reverse aging, or I don't know how it works, but it's like at least
has
it
Coop
seems
always been a tulpa of Gordon Cole? Is that
yes.
kind of what you're getting at?
And Gordon Cole is the dreamer. He looked back at himself right where Coop was standing, but you couldn't see his face. And then he sees a young Gordon Cole.
Okay.
And so I don't know exactly how the details work out.
And it does not help entirely that David Lynch always took a particular liking to Kyle MacLachlan, not just on the basis that he's an incredibly talented actor, but that in many ways he was his self-insert into stuff. He was, you remind me of me, and therefore I'm going to put you in things where I would put myself. And then obviously that gets funny in Twin Peaks when he actually does insert himself.
And I mean, the position of where Coop was and where he looked back and saw himself, it was like, it turned the whole who do you think that is there completely on its head for me.
I like that. Let me throw you a wrench. I won't sugarcoat it, just a wrench. What I recall from Fire Walk with Me is that Jeffries is under the impression it's later than 1988.
Okay.
Jeffries is under the impression that it is the future. A future that he currently, I assume, exists in. And thereby, Mr. C very genuinely could exist.
Yeah. Mr. C still makes the most sense, I feel.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And not that Cooper in that moment is Mr. C, but more that Jeffries in his clearly drained, bewildered, confused state would believe, like, hold on, that's a bad guy. Because I don't think yet that Coop had been touched by the dark side.
Didn't seem like it, at least. I don't want to be suspicious of the man himself.
Because that would recontextualize the whole shebang.
I don't. It's not a Leland situation.
Well, it would change the ending of the show, because the ending of the show is Mr. C coming out of the lodge.
How's
Annie? Annie?
He's okay. He's great. He was great before. He's always been good.
No, he's good now.
He's perfect.
Everything's fine.
He's Coop. Come on. He's Gordon Cole, actually.
Gordon Cole, actually.
Maybe he's Mr. C at the time, but eventually he becomes Gordon Cole. Or
now,
Gordon Cole was first.
What are you going to do if in the next couple episodes something happens to Dougie Jones that causes him to lose his hearing?
No.
What then?
No.
Time is a flat circle, baby.
Dougie becomes Mike. Because of the arm thing, I still like the gold ball. I don't know. Mike that's how he started. That's the seed, I guess. And he grew into Mike. And then Gordon Cole and Mr. C and Bob, I guess they're all kind of one and the same. They're all there. The Giant, I guess, Garland Briggs still makes the most sense, I still feel like. So it feels like everyone could very well be someone, like every one of those beings in there. Whether they started as somebody. A being or a human, I don't know which one came first. I don't think it matters in this show.
Right.
So, but that's...
time doesn't exist. It's not real. Nothing matters. No, yes. But to go back to the, like, who is the dreamer line? I've always thought that, the show is about Coop and the show is about Laura. And, your theory that Gordon Cole, your theory here would implicate Cole as the dreamer, which is the same as Coop being the dreamer. And, Coop is the first one to kind of go, utilize the power of dreams and, listen to them and, follow them. But it's Laura before she dies.
Yeah.
Who sends that to him almost.
This is true.
Which then makes me go, I think Laura would be the dreamer, as it were.
The true OG. Yeah, the first signal. Or the first the call for help. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is and it like the more I try to think about it, Coop and Gordon Cole like being the same is like it's weird, and like what the details get, I don't know. But then like Coop being the one to be sent to save Laura, and Gordon, I don't know. Like it all kind of
Gordon Cole being in control of that.
It just feels kind of right. Like it's I don't know. It's so yeah, and I wonder if it's a little more meta, as well, of like he is the dreamer, the literal going from visions in his head to the screen.
He dreamed this up, yeah.
Yeah, and this is...
Well, and, it could be beyond that. Like, we are dealing with a character in the show talking to a person who does exist in our reality.
Yeah.
Monica Bellucci. So, is there a possibility that is what he means? That like they are almost aware that they exist in a fictional context. Like, are they becoming aware that they are a story, as it were?
Yeah, a little Matrix. If the steak is good, it's I'm okay with it a little bit. It's like you don't want to break the illusion, or else it gets a lot worse. And is the illusion breaking? I mean, maybe that's like what the Black Lodge spread kind of maybe is, or like the reason why dialogue has gotten stranger, or it's not exactly the same. It's
walk with me here. Walk with me here.
Fire.
If David Lynch is the dreamer, and his creations say we are like the dreamer. Again, Gordon Cole saying this. We are like the dreamer who dreams, explaining that he had this dream, in which Monica Bellucci explained this to him, and like lives inside the dream, which means that he is current. Like he's like, and that is where I'm living right now. But who is the dreamer? The answer would be David Lynch, who is who again, Gordon Cole is exactly like, because he is him.
Yes. Yeah.
And Gordon Cole does dream, and if that is the case, lives inside the dream. And David Lynch is the dreamer. I don't know. That's a fun way to interpret it. If not the literal way the show means it, it is a fun way to run with it. In a meta sense.
If I like Laura like this, I don't want to make this be offensive. I'm just going to use a religious analogy. But like if David Lynch is the God dreamer, Laura is the Jesus dreamer, like the second coming almost. Or she is, and then through her, I thought Coop was like this. I don't know about like a White Lodge being, or more of just like the White Lodge was putting the stones in front of him to walk, sort of. They were the ones laying the path or helping him. It might have been the touch of Laura. How Bob has like a virus or kind of a spread, touch. Maybe like it actually began from. I thought it was like Coop kind of spreading this, good. Like Dougie, when he came back and just was winning all these jackpots, and then gave one to the one lady who came up to him later. Is like he has this spread of good, to him. Does that originate from him, or does that originate from, Laura calling out to him, asking for help, starting this whole cycle? I don't know.
Well, and that's the other thing too is, who is the dreamer? If we're asking something like this, wouldn't it be say the dreamer is Laura? Wouldn't it be Laura's nightmare? And isn't Laura's...
Yeah.
I'm aware of lucid dreaming as a concept, but I don't think that the show is posing that the dreamer controls all. You know, we exist beyond the control of the dreamer, even in this context. You know, like you don't get to decide what everyone in your dreams does. You know, your dreams think for themselves almost.
That's even kind of stranger, because if you do like lucid dream, you just control what you do, but really the environment around you is still not that controllable. I don't like thinking
about that.
Yeah, that's like what
I've never. I just got chills again. That doesn't make me feel good. I've never lucid dreamt, but now if I ever do, I'll be super aware of the fact that I'm not controlling anything else.
Yeah, I've only done it like a couple times, and all I ever wanted to do was just fly and float, and I just float. It was around my house, and that was it. That's all I've ever done, lucid dreaming. But yeah, I didn't want it to be. If it could be anywhere, I probably wouldn't dream of my house. You know, I feel like I was just there. Yeah, that's But
maybe that's the environment in which you felt the most in control. I guess true. See,
that's true. This is true. So like a subconscious you have control, but you don't know
you are controlling it.
What the?
All right.
Whoa.
Glad we talked about dreams like this. Now I'm not going to sleep good. But
you might have a Gordon Cole dream. You know, you might just see a model, a real life model.
Monica Bellucci would be very cool to see in my dreams.
I would
be
mind
very
it.
nice. I would love if she approached me and said, "You are like the dreamer."
Yeah.
I'm like, dead ass. That's me right now, for real. I am like the dreamer. I am the dreamer. What's up?
Damn.
But we'll head back in where Bobby, Hawk, Andy, and Frank go ahead and place Chad under arrest. Let's fucking go.
Okay. They say, like, we've been looking at you for a long time, or we're ahead of the game. But then it also felt like that they were, like, unsure of what to truly charge him with at the same time.
They're like, what's this for? You know.
Yeah. It's like, just admit it already, please. We actually don't know. We just know you're shady as shit.
I actually don't think that's entirely legal of them to do, to go for him to ask what the charge is and then be like, you know.
Yeah. You know, rights read, just like, fuck. Hawk pulled a gun on him, bro. Hawk fucking strapped up for Chad. That was insane. I know. I really thought he was going to. I mean, it was. I'm like, why pull a gun on this
Chad
dude?
gets worse. Chad gets worse torture here when he gets escorted to his cell. I'd rather him go through this than get a quick death. But Bobby then leads the way to Jack Rabbit's palace, and they follow the instructions left by the Major. After Andy instructs the others to put soil in their pockets, they move further into the woods. They come across a foggy clearing and find a nude, eyeless woman who did appear within the first couple episodes, speaking to Coop.
Yes. And this was okay. She fell. She jumped off the ship and just fell into space.
And fell.
And boom, she appears here. I mean, we do see another portal. She's already here, I guess, before the portal opens for these boys. But I wonder if it's just, you got to be right there. You know, you just, maybe the portal has been open, or it is always, but you just have to be there.
It's a specific time in which it's accessible from the other side. Let's go with that.
She had a little, I mean, there was like a little, it didn't look like black goo. It was like a white, lack of a better term, it just looked like a butthole of the earth with a white rim and orange goop on the inside. It wasn't like the black goop stuff.
It looked like inverted. It looked like the colors were inverted.
Yes, this was a white send from above, the good side. Protect this one. For whatever reason, I guess. But yeah, the hole, the white hole, I guess, I don't know what to call it, there has to be a better name. Andy
loves him, the white hole.
So it would, what the fuck? She tried to speak, could not. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, and she couldn't really speak when we saw her last. She spoke in those weird whispery.
True.
But she can't even do it the way she was doing it before. it's even more slow and nonsensical. But it's then that Frank's like, all right, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but it's 2:53.
Yeah.
And it's then that a portal forms above them, and Andy is all of them looking up, none of them particularly closer than the others. Andy is chosen.
Yes.
Plucked out. He is, and obviously he did hold the woman's hand right before. Don't know if that's why, but he did hold the woman's hand right before. And he appears before a tall man who calls himself the Fireman. Okay. A smoking apparatus appears in Andy's hands, which directs his attention to the ceiling. A series of scenes flash in the ceiling: a white figure regurgitating Bob, woodsman, a high school girl screaming, Laura, the angels, the eyeless woman, 2 Coopers, a telephone, himself and Lucy, and a utility pole.
Yes, that's right. Definitely feeling like anything electrical, that it is means of travel for I feel like
the
both
fire,
sides,
as it were. Yeah.
So that was cool. This vision was like, all right, here's everything that is important that happened in the show before. If you have, like, I feel like it's like,
I almost feel like they kind of showed us. I feel like he actually experienced it all. You know, like he actually watched all of the show.
Yeah. Because
hold on. He does. That kind of goes and connects back to David Lynch being the dreamer. If basically he just showed him the TV show, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
they're literally watching it kind of on a screen. You know, I mean, it is, and it.
And it goes. There's actually something I pointed out in Eraserhead that I told you aesthetically reverberated something in The Return that I couldn't tell you about yet. And it's the godlike being looking out the window at what's happening. Like at the beginning, this feels very like a similar setting, you know, where he sits and pulls the levers and looks out the window and seemingly watches things happen. That is what I feel like is happening here.
Yeah, bro's on a schedule. I mean, it's like, you know, he knew this was going to happen. 2:53. Bro sat down right then and there. He's like, all right, this is when Andy will come, and this is when I'll give him the very important knowledge he needs to know at this moment and send him on his way. It's like, and, you know, before we had the machine start beeping. I forgot what triggered it, though. I don't know. A machine just started beeping. There was a lady in there. He went over to turn it off, and then he beamed Laura back to Earth, you know, while the nukes were going off. I mean, this was episode 8 stuff, I guess. So, like, was that episode 8? Or was that just actually...
Yes. Okay, you're thinking of the right thing.
So
whenever the lady's sitting on the couch and he walks around the, like, giant bell curved shaped thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I forgot what triggered.
Definitely remember this smoking apparatus.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
Hold on to that. You know, I need you to remember that is where the images seemingly came from.
Yes.
You know, like
it
the smoke
sucked it out of
floats
Andy's brain and just put it into the ceiling screen, and boom, we're there. Watch it,
so,
Andy.
Yeah, just remember generally the shape of this thing. The way it looks and what it does is what I'll say. And I don't know if you really need to, but I think you need to. I think, and not that you need to, but it'd be nice if you did. Like you might be able to make a connection or two. I don't know that for sure. I can't be for certain.
I can't. Not right now.
Not the shape of it, but just like the general, like he was able to hold it in his hands, and it had like that pipe at the top, and that was what spewed the smoke. You know, like that's really all that's important there.
Okay.
But yeah, smoking apparatus appears in his hands, directs his attention to the ceiling. All those images appear, and then the apparatus disappears out of Andy's hands, and he is transported back out to the woods, where we get images of Jack Rabbit's palace being approached by the other lawmen, and they're kind of like overlaid with each other, kind of echoing the images of the woodsman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like this is like the good version of it, you know, like
yeah.
But then they all come to the point where they settle in the same spot of their marks, and then Andy approaches, out of basically from thin air.
Mm-hmm.
Back at Jack Rabbit's palace, carrying the woman, and he tells them that she is important and must be kept under their watch. There are people who want to kill her. We can't tell anybody about this. Let's go. And everyone's like, Andy, those are the most coherent thoughts you've put together in 25, maybe all 50 something years of your life.
Are these really them? Are these doppelgangers? Like, are did they come out actually being them? Or, like, is this, I don't know. I mean, because they all came out saying, like, oh, what the, do you even remember what just happened? Like, what the,
they all tulpas. They all tulpas.
Like, okay. And then Andy is different. I mean, and whether it was just this, he's never experienced something like this before, and he's like, holy shit, I'm learning, like, what the fuck am I learning right now? Because, yeah, he was shown that stuff, but he wasn't explicitly told, protect her. She is important. There are people trying to kill her. Like, that wasn't really shown in what he saw. So, like, I feel like it makes, we just saw the sped up version.
That's why I'm like, I feel like he saw something that we did not have access to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was given a lot of information that we simply do not have.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah,
and he saw images that we haven't seen yet in the show okay, we saw them here. There were a lot of images that we've seen before this. But the images of him and Lucy, where he, like, walks her to a spot, that has not happened, right?
And I'm afraid. It did not feel good. The vibes were off. I don't know why. This just, I was bracing for impact, it felt like, for something for Lucy. I don't know. But this does... The Giant, if it's still Major Briggs, if it's still, fighting for the side of good, which it feels like, all of these hints are leading them there. There's just something, I don't know why it felt off about Lucy being placed there. It could be mundane. It could just be, she needs to be here, like they are all right where they needed to be for this portal. No, there's not going to be a portal that opens up in the, like she needs to become a doppelganger too. I don't know. Like, is this,
So are you now of the mind that nobody is physically the same as they were before?
I don't know. Actually, I didn't think this until now. So it wasn't like during the episode that I thought this at all, or like right after the watch. Man, it's almost like 50-50. It almost just came, like, it is just like Andy truly went through an experience and he couldn't believe it, and it was just so true that he is just expressing the information to the team like it is vitally important. So he just did flip a dime, but man, he does feel so different than what we know him as.
Very true.
And yeah, they were in the black, all of them. I don't know. Yeah, they all went somewhere else and then came back.
Well, out of curiosity, what indicates to you that all of them went somewhere else? We only watch Andy disappear.
But all of the others walk back into their body. Like they were all faded at least.
Okay.
And then they had to walk and then be still back in the position. And then they're like, wait, what the fuck happened? So it is, like, I feel like maybe we actually only saw Andy's, what happened to Andy, but maybe it happened to all of them. But they just don't remember, right? Oh, they don't remember yet. I'm starting to remember.
I'm beginning to remember that.
I'm beginning to remember that. The Giant actually spoke to me too. But yeah, it can't happen yet. It's too early for them.
The Fireman. Yes. And not the last Fireman vision mentioned of the episode, as obviously we do go and sit down with Freddy.
Full-time job. Bro is working over here. Like, I feel like. In there.
Fireman busy.
Yeah, he's got meetings all day.
Bro's got appointments. He's got a call to make.
And I mean, setting up the weirdest side quest of all time. Go to the store, buy one glove. It gives you gamma ray Hulk powers. You won't believe it. And it's like, what?
You won't believe it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's crazy that is an actual thing in the show. Like you could have told me that a boy from London like puts on a glove. You know, there's no way I believe.
And it's so funny that this is that late addition. This is that late of an addition to the story. Like, he appeared once before, and he inexplicably was wearing this glove, but they didn't emphasize it at all.
He's been in the show.
Yeah, he went to the Roadhouse with James early on. Like, in James's first appearance, Freddy's with him.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, he's just there. And he does have the glove on. Well, I mean, he can't
he doesn't take the glove off.
He doesn't. Yeah, he can't. What the fuck? What the? I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
And you won't. But we get back to the sheriff's station where Andy and Lucy help the woman settle in a jail cell as Chad yells out insults. Andy and Lucy leave, and the woman makes noises repeated by a drunk in another cell, much to Chad's annoyance, although he tries to annoy them back by repeating them to them, but they can't be bothered as they are beyond this world.
Yeah.
The sheriff's department is weirdly okay with this dude who's very clearly not okay. Sitting in a jail cell. And that guy is a zombie.
I don't think that was blood like coming out of him. You know, when it went to the floor, it was brown or black,
orange.
Black.
Garbon
bones. Was it? You know, I don't. You know, at least is the closest thing I can say. Yeah, that dude is a Black Lodge being. I don't know, like he
sent there to annoy Chad.
Yes. Oh, Chad can't dream. Don't let him sleep. Or I don't know, because he's not getting any sleep with them.
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
Yep.
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Wes Anderson, David Lynch connection somehow. But we'll head to the Great Northern, where James and Freddy take a break at their job. They play they're security guards for the Great Northern now.
Okay.
The latter displaying incredible strength in his gloved hand. James is like, yeah, man. So I love how casually James handles. He goes, yeah. So what's going on there, man?
What the fuck you got going on, man?
Actually, been kind of curious about the glove that gives you super strength, but never had the gall to ask. And Freddy's like, oh yeah, it's part of me. And he's like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah. I took it to the hospital. I started bleeding when they tried to take it off. I don't know what it was.
Okay. Damn.
And he's like, okay, damn, all right, sure enough. No, bet. Cool. And he's like, you want to hear the story? James is like, might as well. Freddy goes, I had a life epiphany one night. I was just like, man, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I should be doing better. And it was then that I started floating, and I was transported into a void, and I encountered a very large man who called himself the Fireman, believe it or not. He was like, you know what? Go to the store. You're going to find a pack of green gardening gloves. They're going to already be open. There's only going to be one left. Go ahead and get that pack. Go ahead and get that pack of gloves. It will give you immense pile driving power.
Okay. Yeah, you can just why? Why? What? I'm trying to think where.
He had the same question.
Yeah, I guess true. Why me? Or I don't know why I went. Why
me?
Yeah, he was very blunt. Very much from London. This
London
bloke, a bloke came.
This bloke.
Oh my god, yeah, that dude was.
This fucking job's worth.
I couldn't believe
that's not what my job's worth.
I just, for some reason, the only guess I have of why we need a super strong hand. It just kind of looks like a Hulk hand too, just miniaturized.
It does.
I just want him to punch through something. Like they need to just get through a fucking wall. And he's just like, oh, I was made for this, And then
he is the one. He gets to punch, fucking
Bob.
Bob. He punches Bob. He
fucking
uppercuts Bob and kills him.
Decapitates
and that's
him
it.
Through an uppercut. One punch. Boom. I mean, yeah. But now, like, I don't know. Bob kind of seems like he is Mr. C, or he is something. He was thrown up in that thing, but now Mr. C is Gordon Cole. And then, you know, is it just is it a consequence of Gordon Cole's dream that he's actually just a thing? And yeah, so I don't know what killing
what a show.
Bob
what
does.
A show. Bob's getting punched by Freddy.
Yeah, Bob's getting it. Bob's getting the uppercut. I mean, it's not going well.
Bob's getting an uppercut from Freddy's fucking Hulk hand.
The arm wrestle. Dude.
Oh, shit.
Dude, he's gonna fucking arm wrestle Mr. C. Yeah, he you know, that one human mortal, fucking good luck. But when you got Freddy with the gardener glove, he's cooked. I mean, it's over. Maybe even match. Maybe a good matchup. Fucking, what are the odds on this? I mean, yeah, this is... Can I bet on it? Things
Somebody
are going
get on FanDuel.
well. You know, actually, like, things are coming up, Dougie, on FanDuel right now. I am very happy that my brother forced me to sports bet. I was only not doing it for the principal reason of just I hate gambling. But man, was it a good night tonight? It felt like I felt like Mr. Jackpots a little bit.
Hello.
I can't lie. Yeah, and I literally said hello. Oh my God! Whenever I got 220 for Andrew Wiggins, I did hello. Like I hit a hello. It was the first thing that came to my mind.
God, I love
the show.
Hello.
Hello. Yep, and.
I don't know why, but every time I do the hello, I want to like hit the Cynthia Erivo Wicked run. Hello.
Yeah, that's man. This is he's truly transformed. I don't know. He goes beyond the show.
Transcends. He is the dreamer.
Yes.
Regardless, the fireman also told him that he would need to go to Twin Peaks, Washington, US of A, baby. Go ahead and head there. You'll find your destiny. And James goes, all right, yeah. I'm going to head inside. I'm going to check on the furnace.
Okay. Sure.
You make sure you sign for this package, okay? And it's in the furnace room and behind a weird door that he feels like he can hear the same whistling noise that Ben and Beverly have been hearing.
The fucking furnace room.
A furnace. And the emphasis on that door is strange. And again, gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Why didn't we open it? Why did they just show the door? What the fuck?
Because it's scarier. It's scarier that way.
It is.
It's so much funnier to imagine what must be back there than to see what's back there. And again, going back to the Eraserhead aesthetics, whenever he's coming around the corner and there's like this panel of switches on the wall, probably the power breakers. Like, dude, loved the imagery. And we get so caught up in the story a lot and the narrative that they're confusing the fuck out of us with, that we don't take a lot of time to admire the filmmaking that occurs within these episodes. God damn, can David Lynch craft an image the way things look and sound and all combine to create and maximize the medium of film is just like, he's genuinely my favorite director ever. And I used to have not like doubts about that, but like hang-ups, like, oh, I don't want to declare a favorite director ever. No, fuck that, man. It's over. It's over. It's done.
Wes had that title for a little bit, but like Lynch just goes beyond the screen more. And it is, there's a whole different feeling with him. And I don't even have that much Lynch under my belt. I feel like Peaks is done quite a lot. I mean, that is done.
Peaks' total runtime is over 1,000 minutes. So,
I guess I'm getting, I'm there. But I mean, movie wise, I don't have I have way more Wes movies. I've watched all of that man's movies. So that's it's weird to say that Lynch is already above him.
We'll get another Lynch one under the belt here this month on the Sentimentalists, baby. Check it out. Yes. January 16th, Wild at Heart. Be there. But regardless, we'll head to the bar It's the Elks Point bar,
Yes.
where Sarah goes, where she is propositioned by a trucker, who's wearing a shirt that I believe says "Truck Yourself."
Yes. Yeah.
Charming bloke. Quite the fellow. He, continuously comes on to her, says, it's a free country, a free cunt.
I've never heard that before. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that is the
really
first
out
time.
of pocket. That's really out of pocket.
That is nuts. But yeah, I mean, this dude deserved everything coming
disgusting.
His way.
I mean, we get to watch his fucking. To watch his jugular get exposed.
Yeah.
It's you can literally see a giant tube in his neck sticking out. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it was. I mean, damn. Sarah. I did have wonders. I'm like, what is that thing? What is that bug?
Oh, we see a little bit of it.
Yeah, and I'm like,
for
what
sure.
is in the kitchen? I wanted to know, and then she showed us a little bit. And
sure you want to fuck with this?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Sarah, just stay. I don't know. That's it. That's all we actually need to see from her. I think.
Bro, she takes a full fucking bite.
Yep. Just
out of his throat. Clean bite, by the way. There's no evidence on her face that she just bit a man's throat.
Blood. Clean. It was the thing from inside of her that just vacuumed it up. Yep. Thank you. Okay. That's a thing Sarah can do. Take off her fucking face. Or just it's not just a little creature inside of her. That's
a fucking demon.
Yeah.
That's a fucking demon, dude. For always? Has that always been there?
I mean,
has Sarah always been like this?
What Laura was born, I feel like. So that's interesting.
Fascinating that she never showed any behavior like this prior.
Yeah.
Burying it. Maybe it was unleashed by the trauma of losing her daughter. Maybe that's the way about it.
She was always chain smoking. I don't feel like she was drinking, and but I guess before, she had Leland, she had Laura. Did Sarah, she was this way and she couldn't have like a normal life. So she made Leland and Laura to try to have a normal life. And then, I don't know how she does that, but she is a fucking alien demon.
Were Leland and Laura always tulpas? What much to think about. But is Sarah also doesn't seem inherently evil, though, is the other thing. There's a darkness within. There's no doubt.
Yeah. I feel like she genuinely had the scared reaction. She didn't know she killed that man.
She didn't know she did that.
She actually became Sarah again and was like, oh my fucking God. She's like, that, are you kidding? You
really
did that?
Want to fuck with this? Yeah. And the fact that, it's speaking from within her, that's scary. That's scary.
Nope, that's enough.
But yeah, she's like, he fell over, and she guy's like, with a fucking chunk missing from his neck? What the fuck? Yeah, we got a dead one here.
I mean, but it is an old ass lady, and then how do you how are you gonna be
there's no evidence. There's no evidence that something that she slurped that shit down. Yeah. I don't know, dude. She had to feed the beast. But we're going to head to the Roadhouse, where Sophie and Megan discuss Billy, who was last seen in the yard of Megan and her mother, Tina, who entered the kitchen, bleeding from his nose and mouth before suddenly leaving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. If the waters weren't muddy enough, I guess we're getting more clues revealed, but it feels still, I don't know who Tina is. I don't know who Billy is, but Audrey does. And she really, really wants to find Billy. So I don't know.
And apparently both Billy swings for older women, it seems.
And Audrey loves him. And is fucking him. So
yeah, Audrey's fucking him. Tina apparently was fucking him.
Oh wait,
Billy got around.
Yeah. That's right. Tina, that was her daughter.
Walk with me.
Talking.
Yeah. Yes.
And then there was
Tina's daughter speaking.
And
she's pretty sure that her mom was hooking up with Billy. It was just glances. She saw things. Audrey also had a thing for Billy, was fucking Billy. Yes. Do you ever feel like you're not yourself?
Wait.
Do you ever feel like you're someone else? Audrey says.
She did kind of look like Audrey. I mean,
question.
Question.
Is Audrey Tina? What the fuck's happening there?
There is something there. There is something, and maybe even Shelley. I don't know. With whatever. Who's that fuck?
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Balthazar Getty. That's his real name, by the way. That's not a character name. His real name is Balthazar.
Balthazar? Wait, like
Balthazar Getty, like a Pokemon. Yes, Balthazar Getty.
Wow, that's like really close. Balthazar. That's just actually insane. Where does that even come from? But yeah, no, that guy feels like could be. No way he's Billy. But like maybe they don't see him because he's with Shelley right now.
That's the thing is I think Billy's a younger dude. I think Billy is like their age.
That's true. Yeah.
Not Audrey and Shelley's, but the women who are talking in this scene. I feel like Billy is their age because like she's like, I think my mom was fucking him, and they're like, really? It's kind of like no shit.
Billy.
And then we've Billy. I have no idea what the fuck's going on with Billy, dude.
Billy from Stranger Things. That's a young guy that went for the older women. That he's fucking hot. But I don't know. There's no Billy that I know. There's no Billy. There's no who's hot and young. That because it can't be. The only one around that age is Audrey's son, which I thought it was at first, which obviously that's not the case. And Freddie, new glove boy, right? Is that his name?
Not to mention Freddie. Yeah, Freddie, glove boy.
I guess that glove could maybe do wonders.
I will. But you remember when Audrey mentioned her dream, which can sometimes hearken a truth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That dream was that Billy was bleeding from his nose and mouth.
I did not pick up on that. I did not remember.
Yes.
I'm beginning to remember.
I'm going to read you.
However,
I'm going to read you this. This is the entire biography for Billy.
Okay.
On the Twin Peaks fandom wiki.
Okay.
And I mean entire. It is 6 paragraphs, and they are all one sentence. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's 6 sections. So. Audrey carried on an affair with Billy while she was married to Charlie, not bothering to keep the relationship a secret. Billy was also involved with Tina. Next paragraph.
Billy was involved with Tina. Okay.
Yeah, also involved with Tina. One day, Billy witnessed Chuck stealing his truck and called the sheriff. The truck was later found without incident. That has already been mentioned by Charlie. Next up, at the roadhouse, Tina's daughter Megan tells Sophie that Billy had recently jumped over a 6-foot fence and run into their kitchen while bleeding profusely, holding his head in the sink before running out again. The episode, lasting about 10 seconds in total, was witnessed by Tina and Megan, and possibly Megan's uncle.
Yeah, what the fuck? What do you mean possibly? What do you? I don't know. I don't understand that. And like the only It's weird, so I don't know why my brain is pointing.
And like I said,
C.
This is the entire biography that I am comfortable reading you. Next up, the week after the truck incident, Billy went missing. Chuck told Audrey that Tina had been the last person to see him. Audrey tells Charlie about a dream where Billy was bleeding from his nose and mouth. It scared her because sometimes dreams can hearken a truth. One night, Bing ran into the Double R Diner, shouting to the patrons and asking if anyone had seen Billy.
Yeah.
2 days after Billy's disappearance, Audrey browbeats Charlie into going to the Roadhouse with her to look for him, even though Billy supposedly hated the place. Charlie calls Tina to ask about Billy, but gets some disturbing news, which he does not report to Audrey. That is the entire biography for Billy on the Twin Peaks wiki. So just to give you an idea of how much certainty we will come to glean from the whole Billy stuff, and seemingly the Audrey stuff and the Tina stuff. Yeah, that's about the size of it.
What the shit? I mean, I wish I would have seen Tina, and not the daughter. I was kind of hoping to see Tina, but yeah, maybe it is like a...
I think Tina's Audrey. I think Tina's Audrey.
Yeah, it is like a Cole Coop, older, younger, kind of... Yeah, what's the doppelganger word?
Tulpa.
Yeah.
Tulpa. T-U-L-P-A. Tulpa.
It sounds like Spanish or Spanish of origin.
I think it would be Spanish, is my guess. Tulpa.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're going a little Italian with it, but yeah, the same.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, I did the Italian hand thing too while saying that. That was kind of.
He also threw an in front of it. Tulpa.
But yeah, but doppelganger. That sounds. Is that German?
German. Yeah, that's German. Doppelganger.
Yeah.
Doppelganger. Doppelganger.
Yeah, Mike, very German vibe. And little man from the other place, German.
Nein. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, the episode concludes with Lissy performing Wild West.
Let's go. Yeah, another
super banger. Super banger.
Yeah, one of two that made me open up the music app and like, okay, we're throwing it in here. It doesn't beat out A Violent Yet Flammable World, but this one is, I guess, number 2. It's only of the 2 I've added. But yeah, this is was a banger of a performance, and I like, it sort of started with the whole Tina and everything dropping, and then you actually see the crowd like enjoying it too. Well, I don't know, like it felt like you were there for the whole thing, and they
it did like we did cut, and it was shot differently than a lot of the ones we've seen before. There was a lot more kinetic energy to it.
Yeah. The light is awakening. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's
could be.
The tide is turning. So yeah, there's I don't know. I need to know what's behind that door. And I need to know what the fuck Glove Boy is gonna do. But I mean, yeah, those are kind of smaller mysteries, I feel like, of what the episode opened up. But there's too many things that were shown to me that opened up so many new questions. So I didn't know that this is what I was in for tonight at all. I didn't know Sarah was gonna open her fucking face and eat a dude's throat. So I mean, that's a sentence that I never thought I would say beginning the show.
You didn't see that coming?
No, actually.
Clearly, clearly we're not watching the same show.
Yeah, Leland. I didn't see Leland, I didn't see that. And Rose, have you seen this man? Is showing it right there. Sarah, I don't know. Has she been showing signs this whole time?
No, I'm completely teasing you about this. That was incredibly out of pocket of Sarah. Completely unpredictable and utterly fascinating. Yeah, I'm bewildered by her every move. Sarah befuddles me. But that does conclude this episode of The Return, and thus our episode of Fire Pod with me. This is not our only podcast. I did make the allusion to the Cinementalists. That's Cinementalists, where this month we are spending the beginning of the new year, January, with the Romantics. Very, very excited. We get a lot of Twin Peaks connections this Saturday, my 26th birthday, when we discuss Titanic. If you'll recall, there are more than a few connections there that we referred to towards the end of season 2 with Billy Zane's presence and his name being Jack, and a few other characters around that time being played by actors from Titanic. A line spoken by Norma Jennings to Hank that James Cameron literally rips word for word, bar for bar, in I'd rather be his whore than your wife.
Let's go. Yes.
Just that baller. So yeah, Titanic this Saturday. Next Friday, we'll be discussing Wild at Heart, so a couple of Peak C connections in a row as we get a David Lynch movie directed by David Lynch, starring Laura Dern. And Cheryl Lee will make an appearance in that movie, as will Sherilyn Fenn, a couple of Twin Peaks. Not big roles, but they're in it. They are in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got stuff to look forward to there.
Lynch verse, I need it all. Yes, I need it all.
Yeah, Wild at Heart next Friday. We will top off the month with In the Mood for Love and then Moonstruck. So not only are we doing Nick Cage and Wild at Heart next Friday, we are also doing Nick Cage in Moonstruck, where he gets to act opposite in romantic movies from Laura Dern and Cher. So privileged fellow. Yeah, that's the docket on Cinementalists. We'll be back next week here on Fire Pod with me with The Return Part 15. And like I said, we're all gas, no brakes. We've only got about a month left now. It's kind of crazy. We are going to be concluding this podcast in the middle of February, which is unbelievable that we are. Hold on.
The start of February. It's
February 2nd? Oh my God. That's so soon. That's less than a month away. I've been thinking it was like February 9th or 16th.
It's so
it would have
close.
Been cool if it was the 16th.
Dude, the freaking Peaks Day.
We would have, well, that would be February 24th. February 16th is the day that Coop walks into Cole's office and says that he had a dream. We could have put that episode out at 10:10 a.m. Really done a whole thing. Maybe that's when we put out a Firewalk with Me live commentary. Firewalk with Me live commentary, February 16th, coming out at 10:10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Maybe we do it East Coast time because that's where Philadelphia is. I don't know.
I like it. I like what you're spitting. It is. Yes. You are.
Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all over that. But yeah, we've got stuff to do. So you better stick around. If you've got a Twin Peaks fan in your life, give him a kiss for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very true.
No, you don't have to do anything else. Just give him a kiss for me.
That's it.
That's it. If you want to show the podcast to them, cool. But more than anything, give him a kiss for me. But yeah, I think with that, we will conclude this episode of Fire Pod with me. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, who is the dreamer?